Hi, I'm Tania, and this is the Midnight Creak. Today we're taking you on a journey, not just through time, but deep underground, to a place shrouded in mystery, wartime secrets, and some seriously spooky tales. We're talking about the Drakelow Tunnels. If you like our content, please subscribe.
It's truly a fascinating location. Nestled beneath Kingsford Country Park in Kidderminster, Worcestershire, these tunnels are a relic of a very different era. You know, when you think about the English Midlands, Birmingham, you don't immediately picture this vast underground complex, do you?
Definitely not. I mean, I love a good historical site, but underground dispersal factory just sounds like something out of a spy novel. What exactly was its purpose initially, Mark?
Yeah, well, it was pretty significant, Sarah. Dug between 1941 and 1942, the Drakelow Tunnels were a crucial part of the Ministry of Aircraft Shadow Factory scheme during World War II. Essentially, it was a massive, secretive facility designed to keep vital manufacturing safe from enemy bombing raids. It served the Rover Company, the car manufacturer during the war, producing aircraft components.
A shadow factory, that phrase alone gives me chills. Imagine the secrecy, the vital work happening down there, all while the war raged above ground. But let's be honest, we're not just here for the history, are we? Drakelow has a reputation that goes far beyond its wartime past.
Absolutely. While the history is compelling, it's the spooky stuff that really draws people in. Because, let's face it, when you dig tunnels this vast under such pressure, things can go wrong.
Indeed. During the construction and later revamping of the tunnels, it's known that at least 6 people died. I mean, it was dangerous work, very dangerous. Confined spaces, heavy machinery, the constant threat of collapse. It's a stark reminder of the human cost involved in these massive undertakings.
6 deaths. That's definitely a somber start. But are these the spirits people claim to encounter? Is it directly related to those who died during its creation?
That's certainly a big part of it, Andrew. The belief is that the spirits lurking in the dark are those very individuals who lost their lives there. But it's not just the wartime deaths. The tunnels have a darker chapter. It's believed that during the decommissioning phase, certain groups used the tunnels for satanic worship, and many paranormal investigators think that opened a whole new metaphorical door to more ghoulish entities.
Satanic rituals. Oh, wow. That adds a whole new layer of creepiness. So we're not just talking about residual energy from past events, but potentially something much more intentional?
Exactly. And it's why Drakelow Tunnels are often referred to as one of the most haunted places in Britain. It's not just a few bumps in the night. People report genuine, terrifying interactions.
I can only imagine the atmosphere down there. Over 3.5 miles of tunnels, stretching 5.6 kilometers, covering an area of 26,500 square meters. That's an enormous, sprawling underground labyrinth. Perfect for things to hide or for your imagination to run wild.
Okay, that scale is actually pretty mind-boggling. You could get lost down there easily, and if it's completely dark and isolated, any little sound would be amplified. So what are some of these terrifying interactions, Mark? Give us the specifics.
All right, buckle up. One of the most famous entities is a mischievous ghost named Oswald. Now, Oswald isn't just a shadowy figure. People report him pulling hair, moving objects right in front of them, and even touching people. He's apparently quite active throughout the entire tunnel network, which means you could run into him anywhere.
Pulling hair. That's not just an apparition, that's a physical interaction. I mean, imagine you're down there, exploring, and you suddenly feel a tug on your hair and there's no one around. My blood just ran cold thinking about it.
It's certainly unsettling. And it's not just visitors. Workers, caretakers, people who spent a lot of time down there have reported similar experiences over the years. This isn't just isolated incidents.
Okay, a hair pull is pretty compelling, but is there anything more malevolent? You mentioned satanic rituals earlier, Andrew. Does that manifest in any particular way?
It does, Tarnia. Mediums and paranormal investigators using all sorts of ghost hunting equipment have mentioned a distinct demonic spirit, and it's specifically said to lurk in the old canteen area. It's thought to be a direct result of those satanic rituals, a residual imprint or something far worse that was invited in.
The canteen, so a place where people would have gathered, relaxed, shared meals during the war, now has this dark, oppressive energy. The juxtaposition is incredibly eerie.
It's the mundane turning sinister, isn't it? A place of daily life, now reportedly a hotspot for something truly unnerving. I remember reading about a previous caretaker who had 2 dogs, and they used to bark wildly at the corner of one particular room in the complex, without any logical explanation. Animals are often said to be more sensitive to these things.
That's a classic paranormal trope, the dog's barking at nothing. But it's effective because it's so visceral. You know there's something there if an animal is reacting so strongly. So, beyond the physical touches and the demonic presence, what about visual or auditory experiences?
Oh, there's plenty of that too. Investigators have caught flying orbs on camera, strange imagery that defies explanation. You see these things in photos and videos, and it's not just dust, it's something else entirely. But the one that really gets me, the one that truly sends shivers down my spine, is the music.
Music? What kind of music?
A wartime melody. Occasionally, it's reported to be heard over the tunnel speaker system. Now here's the kicker. The complex has been without electricity for decades. Decades. So how is a wartime tune playing over a speaker system that has no power? That to me is irrefutable.
That's truly incredible. It's one thing to hear a disembodied voice or footsteps, but a fully formed melody coming from a defunct system that defies all logical explanation for sure. It suggests a strong residual energy, or perhaps something more intelligent, recreating the sounds of its time.
Okay, that is creepy, like actually creepy. I can almost rationalize a hair pull as maybe static, or a stray cobweb, but a whole song from a speaker that's not plugged in? That's a different league entirely. It's like the tunnels themselves are trying to tell their story, or perhaps relive it.
It paints such a vivid picture, doesn't it? You're walking through these cold, damp, desolate tunnels, and suddenly you hear the faint strains of a song from 80 years ago, playing from nowhere. It's a direct connection to the past, almost a portal.
And that's why places like Drakelow are so captivating. It's not just a building, it's a living, breathing testament to history and something beyond our understanding. The sheer scale, as Mark mentioned, 3.5 miles of tunnels, offers so many hidden passages, secret routes where these energies can just exist, unnoticed, until they choose to make themselves known.
It's also interesting to consider the psychological impact of being in such a vast enclosed space. The lack of natural light, the silence that can be broken by the smallest sound, the knowledge of its wartime purpose, all of that can play tricks on your mind. But even with that rational lens, the stories from Drakelow are consistent and numerous.
I think that's what makes it so compelling. Even as someone who tries to find a logical explanation, the sheer volume of consistent reports, especially things like the music or Oswald's persistent interactions, it forces you to pause and wonder. It's not just one person seeing something fleeting.
Exactly. And you can feel the weight of history there, can't you? The stress of wartime production, the dangers faced by the workers, the desperate need for secrecy. All of that energy, bottled up in these miles of underground corridors. It's no wonder something lingered.
And then you add the post-war activity, the alleged rituals, and you've got a perfect storm for paranormal activity. It's like it opened up a spiritual gateway that was never properly closed. The tunnels became more than just a shelter or a factory. They became a vessel.
It makes you think about all the other secret tunnels or hidden passages that exist across Britain, and indeed the world. Many were used for escape, for movement of goods, or like Drakelow, for industrial secrecy during World War II. What other untold stories and lingering presences might they hold?
It definitely sparks the imagination, doesn't it? To think that beneath our feet there are these whole other worlds with their own histories, their own shadows, and some of them, like Drakelow, refuse to stay in the past.
It truly is a place that challenges your perceptions of what's real and what's possible. The Drakelow Tunnels are more than just a historical site. They're a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and perhaps the enduring power of the unseen. Would any of you actually go down there now, after hearing all this?
In a heartbeat. with a full complement of ghost hunting gear, of course. Who knows, maybe Oswald would pull my hair, or I'd hear that wartime tune. That would be an experience of a lifetime.
I'd be very apprehensive. I think I'd need a very brave, very loud friend with me, and probably some holy water, just in case that demonic spirit in the canteen is still lurking.
I'd go, but definitely with a healthy dose of respect for its history, both mundane and supernatural. It's a place that demands a certain solemnity, and maybe a good flashlight.
Well, for those of you brave enough to venture into the depths of Drakelow, or even just ponder its mysteries from the comfort of your own home, we hope we've given you something to think about. A huge thank you to Mark, Sarah and Andrew for joining me on this chilling dive into the Drakelow Tunnels. Keep exploring those hidden histories, and maybe, just maybe, keep an eye out for Oswald. Thanks for stepping into the shadows with us. Until next time, stay curious and stay afraid.